Ilawat, Honorable Joy Ubin for his message.
Honorable Governor Matthew Marcus Norte and our beautiful Jane, Honorable Vice Governor Cecilia Aranita Marcos, Honorable DOD Assistant Secretary Howard Yuki, and the Honorable Jeff Odaga, Director of Tourist Department of Region 1, Provincial Board Members, City Mayors, leaders of Filipino Chinese community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very pleasant afternoon. I'm so delighted to meet you all here to finally witness the official opening of the Chinese Garden in Ilocos Norte. So miss you all. Almost 1 year we are staying home office isolated. Looking back, this project started during the time of the then Governor Amy Marcus and the former consul and the head of a post, Madame Wang Jianqun. They both led a groundbreaking ceremony of this garden on the March 10, 2017. Now, after 4 years' efforts by the consulate and the provincial government of Ilocos Norte, and despite the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Chinese Garden is finally completed and unveiled. With that, on behalf of the Chinese consulate in Lawak, I would like to express my gratitude to His Excellency Senator Amy Marcos, Governor Matthew Marcos Monotok, Vice Governor Cecilia, the provincial board members, Paoay Acting Mayor Romulo Acdo, Senior, Engineer Luciano Domingo and his team, Mrs. Mary Ann, and Mr. Jiang Chua. Jiang Chua is not here today. The President and the former President of Ilocos Norte, the Filipino Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and then Mr. Dave Pascual, Mr. Kenny Lin, President and Secretary of the Ilocos Norte Filipino Chinese Amity Club, Jenny Lin, the President of the Chinese Temple, for your full support and implementation of this project for the past few years. The Chinese Garden is structured with pavilions, small bridges, and flowing water, complementing the beautiful Paoay Lake and built just near to the Malacanang of the north, making this a perfect site for the local people and the tourists. When you visit the Chinese garden, you can enjoy the exquisite architectural, discover some Chinese art and culture. And this garden is also a good place for relaxation and enjoyment. Look, there is the tea house. This garden is a gift for the people of Ilocos Norte, and also a gift to celebrate the 46th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between our two countries. I think everybody will remember that in 1975, June 9th, 1975, His Excellency former President Ferdinand Marcos and our First Lady visited China, visited Beijing. They signed the communique of diplomatic ties with Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai. I remember that. I have a photo picture in my residence. It's very nice. It's called memory. The Chinese Garden is the latest manifestation of the friendship between China and the Ilocos Norte, and it is another sign of cooperation and the mutual benefit of China and the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of President Xi Jinping and President Duterte, the comprehensive strategic cooperative relationship between China and the Philippines has entered into the new golden era, and practical cooperation in various fields has achieved fruitful results. In addition to this, during the pandemic and in time of difficulties, China and the Philippines has continued to help and support each other, further strengthening the friendship among the people of the two countries. Last January, Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi made a successful visit to the Philippines to implement consensus of the two leaders of the two countries and introduced a new impetus to the China-Philippine cooperation. Mr. Wang Yi announced that China will donate 500,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine to the Philippine government and 100 doses to the Philippine military. China will also coordinate with Chinese vaccine developers to cooperate with the Philippines for vaccine procurement. He assured that China will continue to help and support the Philippines in overcoming the pandemic as soon as possible and hopefully resume the normal life work and the way of living. Moreover, President Xi Jinping has pledged last year that any vaccine that China developed or deployed will be made for the global public good, which is China's contribution in ensuring vaccine accessibility and affordability in developing countries. China, as always, is honoring its commitments in aiding and supporting the Philippines. almost 1 year later, last February 28th, the vaccines finally arrived in the Philippines. And President Duterte even personally accepted them. Those Sinovac vaccines have been distributed to different hospitals in the country. And health workers, including frontliners of our Ilocos Norte, have already started to be inoculated. City Mayor Marcos Keong showed a video in Facebook. He already inoculated. Mayor Keong. President Duterte likewise announced that another batch of 400,000 doses of Chinese vaccine donations will be sent to the Philippines in the near future. This signifies the solidarity, friendship, and partnership between the two countries and its people. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since the establishment of the Chinese consulate in Norte 12 years ago, it has always been committed in developing friendly and cooperative relations with the province and cities in North Ilocos. The consulate will continue to work with the government of Ilocos Norte to promote practical cooperation in economic, trade, tourism, and other fields, and to further enhance our long-lasting friendship and partnership. Once again, good day, and thank you all.
Thank you for that wonderful message, Consul Joy Obin.我们也欢迎 Mateo Joseph Marcos Manotoc 上将发表讲话. May you also welcome Governor Mateo J. Marcos Manotoc for his message.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po. Justek Nina, Sheshe. I'd like to greet, of course, Consul Joe Yobin, and thank him, of course, for the kind words and for leading this project. We also have Vice Consul Sun Wei Tong. Thank you to everyone, of course, at the Chinese consulate here in Ilocos Norte. And we have our DOT officials. Of course, we have ASEC Howie Uiking. Thank you for joining us. And of course, our regional director and my friend na mas guwapo sa akin, Jeff Ortega. And of course, our provincial officials who are here, but led by Vice Governor Cecil Arneta Marcos and our senior board member, Doc Medel Gawat, and our other vocales na nakita ko. We have Attorney Saul, Bukal Handy. I saw Da Vinci earlier. Ayun, Da Vinci and Donald, Attorney Donald and Attorney Crisostomo. Many thanks for joining us. and of course our mayor, Dr. Romulo Akdal, to my better and certainly more beautiful half, Jamie. I think this is the first time I've ever greeted you in a speech in Ilocos Norte, because our OBA staff never write your name, and I only say what I have in front of me. So this time, I apologize for not greeting you in all those other times, and thanks for joining me, Jamie. Of course, also to all of our members of the Filipino-Chinese community in Ilocos Norte, very honored to have you. Sorry, now only I see the Respicios. Of course, we have Bokal Portia and attorney Franklin. Thank you for joining us. So lahat po ng mga PGIN, we have our department heads, our tourism stakeholders, to our PGIN family, many, many thanks. I don't know where to start, as I think Consul basically said every idea that I had. But I'd like to express my utmost gratitude to Consul, who was really responsible for the completion and of this garden. In fact, let me be clear that not a single centavo of PGIN funds was used to this, because it was entirely donated by the Chinese consulate. So thank you very much, Consul. That certainly deserves a round of applause, and I can also attest to your undying and strong, perhaps excessive support of Ilocos Norte. We're very, very grateful. Whenever there's a typhoon, whenever there's a crisis, you're the first to respond, and respond very generously. And for that, we thank you. Thank you very much. And as Consul eloquently chronicled, the relationship of my family and the People's Republic of China dates back many, many decades to the 70s. And we're always very pleasantly surprised at how the Chinese have very fond memories of President Marcos. And in fact, my one and only diplomatic trip, of course, in 2019 was to Shandong, where our sister province, where we were welcomed so graciously. And in fact, sometimes I feel a little ashamed that we can't reciprocate the generosity that you show us. But we will, in more ways than one, and in however we can, always support the consulate and the People's Republic of China. For we know they have been our friends, and I think this garden is proof of such friendship, as you mentioned. And rest assured that so long as I am governor of Ilocos Norte, I will make sure that our consulate is taken care of, and I will do everything in my capacity to bolster the consulate and the Filipino-Chinese relations. So I thank you for this wonderful site that not only enhances Malacanang of the North, but can stand by itself as a destination of note, and one that is ideal in these times of COVID, because we know that being outdoors is far safer than indoor tourism sites. So thank you all to the Chinese community, of course. Thank you very much. I think it goes without saying that the Philippines would not be where it is today if it were not for the Filipino-Chinese community. And the same rings true here. Ilocos Norte would not be the same if it were not for the Filipino-Chinese community. So to the consul and to the entire Chinese consulate in Ilocos Norte, we extend our utmost gratitude and we pledge our support to you as we move forward. Thank you once again. Diyos Tiyagnina.
Thank you so much. 我们请旅游部的旅游部驻第一部的 Joseph Francisco R. Ortega 部长来发表讲话。Let's all give a round of applause to Department of Tourism Region 1 Director Joseph Francisco R. Ortega.
Pardon me, I will just take off my mask. Governor Matthew Marcos Manotoc, good friend of mine, and of course, his one and only Jamie. Well, I can also see our provincial board, headed by our beautiful Vice Governor, Tita Cecilia Araneta Marcos. Hello, Tita. With me today, our Assistant Secretary for Branding and Marketing, Assistant Secretary Howard Lance Uyking. Of course, our host, Mayor Romulo Akdal of the Municipality of Paoay, Mayor Michael Marcos Kion of the City of Lawag, Dr. Shirley Agrupis of MMSU, and our department heads from MSU as well, and to our family of the Chinese government, Consul Zhao Yubin, Vice Consul Sun Weitong, to our Filipino Chinese community in Lawag, and to our tourism stakeholders. I'm very happy to be here in front of you today, to be invited, especially to the launching of our Chinese garden, because definitely it's something that we need in this time today. The pandemic has hit the tourism industry very gravely, and a lot of people are actually quite hungry and have been seeking different ways to go about the pandemic and to fight hunger. And having the Chinese consulate here, actually in the provincial government, in Ilocos Norte, is proof and testament that the Chinese Republic of China is here to help. And we're very, very happy that we have also our Philippine Chinese community today. Because I remember when I was young, I'm actually from San Fernando, La Union. My father always told me, always support the Filipino Chinese community because they're the ones who bring money to our cities. And truly indeed, I can say that my dad was right. And especially in these times where we have hardships, this is where you see the type of true people that will come and help. And as, of course, with the consul saying that they are donating 500,000 vaccines to the country, is definitely no easy feat. Mahirap po kumuha ng vaccine ngayon. And for somebody to give the vaccine to us freely is definitely an advantage for us. And for tourism purposes, the Chinese garden definitely will play a big role in restarting our domestic tourism. We want to be able to develop new products where we can invite more inclusive diversification of different peoples from different forms of life. If we have a large Filipino-Chinese community here, we should build something for them because they can help build our economy. And definitely, this is a testament to when we open our gates to the international community where more of our Chinese family can come and visit here. When they come here and see the Chinese garden, they will see the type of friendship that the provincial government of Ilocos Norte and the province of Ilocos Norte has with the Chinese people. And hopefully, it won't stop in the province of Ilocos Norte. Since I cover the entire region, hopefully we can have something in La Union, Pangasinan, and Ilocos Sur. And we're very happy again to have you here, and we can't wait to see what's in store for us in the Chinese garden. On behalf of Department of Tourism Region 1, we fully support our provincial governor, our friend Governor Matthew Marcos Manotoc, in all his endeavors. And we're here to always support you in your programs to boost tourism, to help our tourism industry stakeholders. Maraming salamat po, Diyos ti agningin na, agay-ayat kada kayo amin na po.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so let's us also welcome Madame Mary Ang, President of Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Ilocos Norte, to give her message.
naimbagaan daw tayo amin apo, kablaawat, dito yung nagaget, ken nagwapo nga gobernador tayo, ni Matthew Manotok apo, kastamet, ken ni Konsol Jiao Yudin, ni apo Vice Governor Cecil, digito yung agtuturay nga board member, apo Ortega, Regional Director in Tourism, and digito yung paidaddo mga bisita tayo nga nangangato. Jamie, I hope this is my first time also to greet you. Likewise, as our governor has stated. So, and all my Chinese friends here and all the visitors here present, I cannot name you all because probably it would take a long time, but this is my part in stating that we are very, very fortunate to have our consul show us the beginning and also an unending relationship with the Filipino community. I am a Filipino but Chinese by birth, but yet we are living in a very, very convenient and comfortable life here because through the program and help of our provincial governor, he has always been very supportive to the Chinese community, and we have also been very supportive to the provincial government. Likewise, this is a manifestation in adding to a tourism, as they have said. We hope that in this beginning of the vaccine, for which I have also underwent encouragement with Dr. Norman Rabago, because a lot of them are afraid of needles, and so this is something different now, where we can also plug in for tourism, and they can enjoy the Chinese culture, as I would say. When it was inaugurated during the time of Senator Amy, when she was governor, I was here again. And I added to the consul lady before that we should at least serve Chinese delicacy to go with our culture, so that when they enter here, it will become like a different world. But when they go out, they will also see Filipino hospitality blended in our region. So I hope this is the beginning of something new, and it will be developed further to enhance all our people to enjoy this kind of relationship. And so I welcome everybody and hope we can do it by word of mouth and publication, so that we can develop this as a tourist spot where we can also enjoy Filipino and Chinese atmosphere. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for the honor.
Thank you so much, Madam. 现在我们都一起看Paoay National High School, Paoay Lake National High School 和中华人民共和国驻勒瓦格领事馆的学者与闽南师范大学的学生的表演。At this juncture, let us witness performances from students of Paoay National High School, Paoay Lake National High School, and scholars of the Consulate of the People's Republic of China in Lawag, and who studied at Minnan Normal University in Jiangzhou, China. 太湖之美，采用音乐结构。它表达了无锡市的对母亲湖的依恋，对中国产党的感谢和对祖国的热爱。The beauty of Taihu Lake adopts a musical structure. It expresses the attachment of Wuxi citizens to Mother Lake, their gratitude to the Communist Party of China, and their love for the motherland. So let's all welcome the umbrella dancers of Paoay National High School. so much，表达环球热情，不愿离开中国，确实就希望在中国留下美好的回忆。回国后，他们成为一名汉语老师，在故乡教汉语和给菲律宾人分享中国美丽的文化。Let's now witness the performance of my co-scholars, the scholars of the Chinese Consulate in Lawag City who studied at Minnan Normal University in Zhangzhou, China. Let's give them a round of applause.
从江明月光，疑是地上霜，寄托望明月，地托思故乡。从江明月光，疑是地上霜，寄托望明月，地托思故乡。 从前明月光，疑是地上霜。寄托梦明月，地图思故乡。
Thank you so much. 在困难的时候，我不会离开你，我一直在这儿，我的朋友。A song of lasting friendship, 朋友. So let's welcome the performer from Paoay Lake National High School.